You're already familiar with Coulomb's law and you know how are electric fields defined. Talk of Gauss's law, which is actually equivalent to Coulomb's law. But Gauss's law uses a new quantity called electric flux. So today we'll understand what is electric flux. Electric flux reminds me of a story. I'll just narrate this very briefly before I get back to electric flux in physics. This is from the great Indian epic, the Mahabharata. The Kauravas and the Pandavas were fighting against each other in the battle of Kurukshetra. Bhishma, Pitama and Arjun were pitted against each other. Arjun hit several arrows at Bhishma Pitama until finally Bhishma fell down, and it is said that he lay down on a bed of arrows. Now, do you think more arrows hit Bhishma Pitama while he was standing or after he had fallen down? Now, the answer to that would obviously be while he was standing straight. Now, let's think of these arrows as electric field lines and say we have an area which is placed over here and electric field lines are incident on this area. You can see that maximum field lines cut the area when it is placed like this rather than when it is placed in this way. If the area is placed flat, then the field lines go over the area. They don't go through the area. So you can think of the number of field lines crossing the area as some kind of a volume flow rate. Volume flow rate would be volume flowing per unit time of say an air stream of uniform velocity. Now we define electric flux for a uniform electric field as the electric flux phi is equal to EA cos phi, which is E vector dot A vector. Notice that we are treating area as a vector over here. It has a magnitude A and the magnitude of the area vector will be equal to the value of the area. Suppose this is a rectangular area, which means the length times its breadth. Say you have a circular area which is placed in the electric field, that would be pi r square. Say r is the radius of this circular planar loop. The direction of the area is taken as the normal to the area. So this is the direction of the area. And in this case, this would be the direction of the area. And you can see that this makes an angle of 90 degrees with the plane of the area. See over here, the area is initially placed like this. Now, when we shift it through an angle phi, then the normal to the area has also shifted through an angle phi. This might seem a little confusing to you because an area has two surfaces. Now, we can define either of them as the direction of the area. It could be in this direction or it could be in this direction. But for a closed surface, we have a standard convention that we use. The normal is the outward drawn normal. For instance, say we have a cylinder placed over here and you have an electric field in this direction. This is a uniform electric field E. Now, when you consider this surface, the flux through this surface, the normal that we take is outside from the surface. So this is the direction of the area over here. Let me call this A1. Now say I am taking the flux through this surface. Then the direction of this area will be given by a vector in this direction. The electric flux phi equal to E dot A is magnitude of E times magnitude of A times cos phi. Now you can think of this as roughly equal to the number of field lines crossing an area. Let us take a look at two special cases. One where phi is equal to 0 and 2 is when phi is equal to 90 degrees. In this case, the flux phi will be equal to E times A, and you know that cos 0 is 1, so this will be equal to E times A. In this case, the electric flux will be equal to 0 because cos 90 is 0. And this is anyway quite obvious. When you place the area in this way, then the flux through the area is maximum And when you place the area in this manner, that the field lines are going over the area, either above it or below it, the flux is minimum. If we place the area at any other intermediate angle, the value of the flux phi is given by EA cos phi. Let's give a value, say the value of phi is 60 degrees. Then in this case, flux will be EA cos 60 degrees. Now let's just take a look at this. Is the electric flux phi a scalar quantity or a vector quantity? You can see from the definition that the electric flux is a dot product of two vectors, and you know that a dot product is always a scalar quantity, whereas a cross product gives you a vector quantity. So the electric flux phi is a scalar quantity. Next, let us take a look at its SI unit. The electric flux is E times A, and the SI unit of electric field is Newton per Coulomb, and that of area is meter square. So the SI unit of electric flux is Newton per Coulomb times meter square. Now this is what we've covered so far. Electric flux is given by phi equal to EA cos phi. Don't get confused between this phi and this phi. One is capital phi, which is the electric flux, and the other phi is the angle between the E vector and the A vector. If you want, you can replace phi with theta if you find this confusing. Flux is maximum when the normal to the area lies along the electric field. Flux is minimum when the normal to the area is perpendicular to the electric field. Flux is a scalar quantity. The SI unit of electric flux is Newton meter square per Coulomb. Now we'll just solve a few questions. We want to find the electric flux through this square sheet of side 0.1 meter each. When it is immersed in a uniform electric field of 50 Newton per Coulomb, that is directed at 30 degrees from the plane of the sheet. See, let's see what is the formula that we will use. The electric flux phi is magnitude of E times magnitude of A times cos phi. Here magnitude of E is 50 Newton per Coulomb. Magnitude of A will be 0.1 times 0.1 square meter, and cos phi. See over here, let's just see, the key idea is that the area is a vector. So this area is a vector, and the direction of this area is given by an outward drawn normal to the area. Now since we are taking a dot product of E vector and A vector, we have to take the angle which the A vector, this would be the A vector, makes with the E vector. So we need to consider this angle over here, and this is an angle of 60 degrees. So this would be cos 60 degrees. Once you calculate this, you get a value of Now I want you to answer this question on your own. Is the electric flux through the two spheres of radii 0.2 meter and 0.4 meter centered on a point positive charge of 3 microcoulomb? So this charge is 3 microcoulomb, same or different? Sorry, I think the question is incomplete. Is it same or different? The hint I'll give you is the electric flux is the number of field lines through a surface. So just think, are the number of field lines through the inner sphere and the outer sphere same or different?